Okay, do it.
Hey guys, we're back after several weeks off, at least 3. I don't know how long it's been for sure, but finally back. Aaron's back from the West Coast. Howard and I are still here, same place we were before. But Aaron, Howard, how's it going?
Good.
Aaron, let's see, when did you get back?
I got back on Sunday.
We haven't talked since you got back. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure when you were back or when you were coming back.
I was laying low for a day or two.
You saw him?
I saw you the same day you came home.
No.
Oh,
Must have been Monday.
I thought it was
Did I
Sunday.
say Sunday? I meant Saturday. It was Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
I got home, not Sunday. My bad.
So, how long did you spend out at RCA?
About 3 hours.
Wow, that's underwhelming.
Well, I didn't have anybody with me to slow me down, so I kind of just jetted all the way through there, checked out everything I wanted to see, hung out at the RCP booth and ran for a little bit, and that's pretty much it. I watched the Ultimate RC guys jumping those Losi 5Ts about 2 stories in the air, and
Yikes.
You want one, don't you?
sure, if it were free, I'm all about it.
Yeah, those. I look at those things and they're cool, and then I look at the cost of upgrade parts, and I look at it. God damn it! Those are not the fifth scale stuff. Is not for me. I
I
had
talked to an owner. He said that he's like, what they're jumping out here is pretty much stock. He goes, it might have aftermarket exhaust, he said, but they're pretty damn tough out of the box.
wow.
There was a guy jumping us one of those stock, the buggy one, the new buggy,
Yeah.
and he jumped it and it landed upside down from about 10 feet up, doing about probably 20 or 25. It didn't hurt it, so.
Man, I think that truck, the short course truck one that they have, Howard and I and John saw that in St. Louis at Mark Twain Hobby, and the way the body panels bolted on and all that, that thing was just one of the coolest trucks I'd seen in a long time. That one made me want a fifth scale again. But
I'm wheeling and dealing on a 5B. I might get my hands on it.
really, you gonna try and buy Fat Jesus's back?
No, I didn't even talk to him about it.
I don't even know if he has it anymore. I bought Fat Jesus's 5B and had it for like a year and a half or something like that. Drove it twice, and then he bought it back. So
Yeah, I think we've covered
more
this.
money than more money than I bought it from him. So
Hey, Aaron, if you decide not to get that, let me know because I'd always like one myself.
who's got this deal? Where's this deal coming from?
It's like a guy I know in California.
This guy, you know.
Is it the
I
guy-
tried to swindle him out of it before I left so I could haul it back, but it didn't happen. I'm still working on him.
Interesting.
Did you
So-
see the pictures of that trophy truck he's building?
No?
He doesn't pay attention to anyone unless it's Harley. His buddy's building a full-size trophy truck.
I did not know this.
That thing is off the chain.
Where'd you post pictures at?
Facebook.
Your Facebook?
No, it's on the Evil Villain Facebook page. I know that would require you clicking off of the Harley Designs Facebook page, but
I could get a new like while I was looking at your stuff, so it's hard to click off. I only have time to hit refresh on my own pages.
you don't want to miss that.
He's what you call a selfish biatch.
I think the term is narcissistic. No.
Narcissist, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You
So-
rival DJ Medic.
Oh, I will kill you.
No, that was just I got to check that out right before I came home. He just had a baby, so he said he hasn't touched it since that. So it's kind of stopped in its tracks. But man,
Yeah.
it's really close. It's got, I mean, the motor's mounted. It just needs gauges and some wiring put in it, and
Wow.
I mean, it's really close.
See if you can get that off him.
He's got like 22 grand in it already, so it's already out of
Wow,
my
that's
price
not
range.
really that bad for a. Some of those guys put 22 grand in shocks.
Well, it's got. I think he said it's got about 8K in shocks on it.
Yep, that's. Oh, God.
They're Fox shocks.
There's some things that I would not mind having. That would be one of them. Pre-runner, but things that I know that I will not have. So, was there anything new at RCX that you saw that you liked?
New, not really. Associated had their rally car there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Underwhelmed.
Yeah. Short course truck with a body on it, or what?
Pretty much.
Here's what I want to know. How come they couldn't have two, one sitting there with the body and one without the body?
I don't know.
Aren't they in California and it wouldn't take them that much to bring the...
They're probably waiting on their shipment from China, I would guess. They probably don't have that many of them. Uh-oh. And they're back.
Sorry.
I was all by myself for a little bit.
Yeah, just feel free to vent.
He was checking on his Facebook.
There was that. Tekin had their new speed controls there, the new RSX. It's like a machined aluminum chassis.
Right.
It's basically replaced the RS Pro.
Hobbytown up on North Oaks had that for like a month.
Have they?
Yes.
That's the first time I've seen it.
Yeah.
Did you get any pictures of that new Castle motor?
I tried. I stopped by the Castle booth and talked to Thomas, and I'm like, so, show me what's new. What are you guys demoing out here? And he points to this blank spot on the bench, and I'm like, okay. He's like, someone stole it.
What?
Someone took off with their ESC motor.
And they only brought the one?
I guess I said, you only brought one? He was like, I hate California. I'm ready to go home.
Ready to go to Missouri, back to Missouri, and I can get shit out.
So he was like, come by the shop and we'll show it to you.
Oh man, that's. Was it the Sideliner system? Or what?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what it was. I think it was mainly a new motor, and then I don't know what I don't know what the SC was, but I grilled him. I'm like, when the hell are you guys gonna make a censored motor?
Right.
And he's like, sensorless has more power. I'm like, yes, but for crawlers they're useless.
Yeah. I mean, well.
So for all the crawler guys, I was beating on Castle, telling them that they need to make something for us.
Yeah, being local, those guys are pretty awesome. It's always nice to talk. Well, I mean, I haven't talked to Joe's the guy I used to talk to.
Yeah, Joe was out there too. I didn't talk to him though.
Howard had radishes before he came over.
He looks like a radish.
Yeah, exactly.
I was out doing a little. I got a little raccoon line from the glasses today.
You're not in that high resolution.
Yeah, good. He doesn't get any better with resolution.
Relatively pixelated. You know what? Like, I mean, the show it wasn't huge. There was 3 halls, and then there was quite a bit outside.
Yeah.
One entire hall was multi-rotors.
Was what?
Multi-rotors, quadcopters,
Really?
octocopters.
Wow, that seems.
That is big business right now. Huge.
Now, RCX is all put on. Is it by Maplegate or AirAge?
I think it's AirAge. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Now, do they have a? I imagine they have a Flyboy magazine of some sort. I would guess, right?
They gave me They have a. What's it called?
Or do they have like a multi-color buyer's guide, like they used to do for the monster trucks and crawlers and. I'll be right back.
They're putting out just a multi-rotor magazine now. It's called Rotor Drone.
God, why do they have to put drone in the title?
I don't know. I mean, and that all these booths, like, we're saying drones, and it's just like.
Stop calling them that. You're gonna get yourself in trouble.
That one of the signs was like drones, $25, and it's for a little Traxxas thing, not a Traxxas thing, but
right.
The little cheapies.
Right.
But yeah, there's an entire magazine devoted to these things now. But I saw some crazy stuff out there. And the thing that blew me away was like for these high load camera rigs, people talk about Hexa and octocopters, and even DJI's, flagship it's a Hexa, I think.
But isn't it an Octa?
I think it is.
Yeah, they're big
But
ones.
they were basically quads. They were huge, probably 2.5 foot, from leg to leg, and they had each arm had counter rotating. It had a motor on top and a motor on bottom, so it was octocopter, but only 4. I don't know what you call them, stalks.
Right.
Fully carbon fiber, monocoque stuff. I mean, just nutty looking stuff.
What's that with like standard size props or great?
No, they were big. These things are huge.
Man, I bet that'd do a lot more damage to my house when I run into it.
I don't know, like the tubing that was like that big. The thing was built out of. Pretty impressive stuff. If you check out my video, you see some of them because I shot some video of them.
You posted
I
on,
watch his videos.
If you posted on
I
Harley,
watch all of
You'll
his
watch
videos all the time.
here, Aaron, here's what he does. The screen's over here. He clicks it on to watch it. It shows over.
No,
Oh, is it over yet? Okay.
That's probably true.
no. I watch them. I watch them at work.
But anyway, that's what I thought. That was interesting. I thought that probably a third of the entire show was all multi-rotors. There was some airplanes, a little bit of flying stuff, but almost entirely FPV and multi-rotors.
Did
in one of the
RCP
halls.
have their big course there, or?
RCP had that foam crawler course, and then they had I guess, what is it, ultra4rc.com?
Yep, u4rc.com.
Yeah, that was set up. They had a little Ultra 4 course set up so no one was crawling at all that I saw. Everybody was driving on that Ultra 4 track, which is where I was. And then the dude from RC Car Action comes over and he's shooting pictures. And he like sits his camera down and he just holds his hand out for my transmitter. I was like, okay.
You said, no, I hardly ever, nobody drives. I don't even drive this. This is
Exactly. He was respectful, though. He put a few laps on it, and it allowed me to shoot a little bit of video of it. So I was just like, yeah, not a demo vehicle.
Yeah. Be careful.
Did you take his?
Those are brand new Currys.
Should have just grabbed his camera and swung it by the neck strap. He was driving. Like, what?
No, he wasn't. He didn't flog it or anything. But I was just like, okay. I hate people doing that.
Should have took a snapshot down the crack of your ass and give him a little surprise later.
Although my car didn't make it into their highlight video, so I was kind of bummed about that.
Aw, seems like he could have at least done you a solid.
I know.
We just thought
That's why anytime RC Car Action is mentioned in this podcast, I'm going to beep it out.
Yeah.
An unnamed magazine.
Yeah.
Speaking of magazines, look at this. Traxxas. This is an entire Traxxas magazine. The entire thing. This is like a full-on RC Car Action size magazine.
Uh-huh.
And it's nothing but Traxxas.
Probably sells better than any other magazine.
Did they even sell this? I didn't know if it was a show thing, but
I'm just saying, like, it probably would sell better than just about any other magazine.
Has it got any Latrax in there?
Yeah.
Like a 1/18th scale rally car, where
So
the
rally car got Rally Car of the Year in Traxxas magazine, which they probably didn't have a lot of competition in this magazine.
What got two-wheel drive short course of the year? Quick, I want to know.
I'm betting it's a Slash. This is crazy to me. I mean, no wonder. I mean, I heard Traxxas having financial issues if they're doing stuff like this. You should have saw their rig, dude. I mean, they had a huge semi in there, full vinyl wrap on it, inflatable demo track, the biggest booth in there easily. They had booth babes. I mean, it was
So
Unreal, their setup.
you've heard that Traxxas is having financial issues?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Interesting. I had not heard that.
I heard that. I don't know how they're divided up as far as ownership, but I heard one of the owners is getting divorced and his wife's taking him to the cleaners. So
Yeah, as far as I know, that's a privately. I mean, just that's
yeah,
a
I
thing.
think it was some brothers, and they did it to fund their because they race full size short course or trophy truck or whatever.
Hmm.
I believe that's the story. I'm not super up on my Traxxas
Yeah.
lore,
What's going to
but
happen if it goes bankrupt? Where will all the bashers go?
Well, tell you, it would not be good for RC if Traxxas went out of
No.
business.
Where would we get a rod in?
Dude.
Just
we'd
Yeah, honestly, just
we'd be up a creek, wouldn't we?
we would be. In all honesty, we would be in a.
some of the minor items that we use all the time that you wouldn't even think of.
Yeah, I mean that would be bad news.
Yeah.
I go through
There'd
a lot
be a
more
rush on it. It'd be like that Pactra paint, like everybody's
Oh
trying
man,
grab
Yeah,
that stuff.
I would try and buy every bit of rod end I could. I would stock up from now until forever.
I'm betting VP has some. Like they buy in bulk.
Yeah, but man, I bet they. I don't think they would have enough for me. Oh, that would be scary. Yeah, okay, let's not talk about that. But seriously, these 1/18th of track scars. Aaron?
I don't know anything about them. I watched a couple videos and wasn't really impressed. So,
It's okay.
but
The three of us set up on the RCP tracks, some little jumps.
I'm all for it.
All right.
If we can't get our hands on any of the jumps, probably.
Oh, I'm sure we could come up with something.
Because I did find out the RCP rock crawling guy is not the same as the RCP track guy.
They were. John and Brian used to be the owners of RCP, but John was the sole owner of the RCP tracks. And then I think John sold out, and just Brian had business, and then they sold it to Dave and Susie, who own RCP crawlers now. So, but I still do believe that.
Brian is involved with the track, the crawling stuff now.
Yes, Brian is one of the two founders of U4RC. Him and Jerry are the two founders of U4RC.
Jerry Elfritz.
Yeah. So.
Never heard of him.
So, but yeah, I think we could. Good times could be had.
Yeah, that Ultra 4 stuff seems to be getting some traction. So.
Yeah, it is, and I think, and at the same time, it's doing a lot of the same things that crawling did, with the rigs people are building.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to build. They're already popping up a lot of those very specific built, not scale anymore.
Yeah, I got chewed up on the track by one. I was like, I mean, it looked like hammered shit, but it was way faster than my Wraith on the track. So,
right. And it's gonna bite them, but hopefully, it is what it is. So
I don't know. I hopefully it'll. I haven't heard too much more about it here in KC, but I think.
I hope to get out there on that tracks. This last couple of months has been terrible but hopefully we can get out there soon.
Well, I know BC Racing has kind of been the force behind that, and I think he's been a little bit distracted lately. So.
Yeah, I think so as well. So hopefully things calm down for Jeff a little bit, and
I hope that doesn't end up screwed up, because it sounds like, I don't know, it's supposed to be where just everybody can go whenever.
No.
Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely
It sounds kind of like there's quite a few people that just want to go at random times to the drive-in, and I hope they don't burn it out.
Right.
It'll be like Goat Hill, where if there's only something going on.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Jeff will have to be there.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me think. What else at RCX? I didn't take my drift car like an idiot, and
So it took so much more room along with the Wraith.
Exactly.
I should have took it, but
You could have
that big drift club out on the West Coast had their scale track set up out there, and I was kicking myself because I wanted to drive on it.
I can just see you coming out there and just wiping out all their scale guardrails and
Yeah.
plowing through a scale garage. Sorry, guys.
They had a basher track set up too. That was just like tape.
There you go. We usually drift in a garage, and it's different. My bad.
I stopped by the Novak booth.
Please forgive me.
Was there some scaled out drift cars and stuff?
Yeah, there were some really, really nice builds. The matter of fact, probably the most scaled out stuff there were drift cars. There were some pretty killer trailers and cars and stuff set up. Interesting though that around that scale track there were scale crawlers everywhere. So I think that crowd crosses over a lot.
Yeah, it only makes sense. But that I guess that doesn't surprise me. Hopefully. I wonder how the size of RCX right now compares to how it used to be.
It's supposedly a lot smaller.
That's what I had heard, but I had no barometer for it.
And I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. I talked to some people who were former vendors there, and they just said that pricing was dumb on the booths, and also they made crappy deals with people who wanted to sell product. So
yeah.
there's it's mismanaged a little bit, so it's probably a little bit their own fault. But
who would have guessed that a magazine would mismanage something?
Yeah, they're in it to make money, I guess.
Right. Not that print media isn't the thriving,
So everybody's going to these days.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's going.
Everybody's going to nail out
print's the way to go.
Cheaper.
I'm torn, man, because I grew up on these magazines,
I agree. I do like a magazine, even if the info is usually several weeks outdated and filled with half advertisements. But
yeah, I mean, if the writers are entertaining, it's not,
right.
It's not that big a deal, but
yeah, and that's half the time the problem is that the writers that are writing on things are, they're not necessarily all that knowledgeable in the other fields that they try and write on. And
are you teasing Doug?
No, Doug didn't write. Doug wrote for a blog.
I'm just kidding. Hi. Trouble since you guys still haven't paid off your bet.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he's probably purposely offline tonight because he didn't want me.
Exactly. He's still
bugging him.
It's just gonna get worse. He's just giving me more and more time to think. Yeah.
Let me think. What else?
What was the coolest vehicle you saw?
Nothing else comes to mind. What's that?
What was the coolest vehicle? How'd that Bruiser look? Was it for the real life one? Is that pretty cool?
I didn't look at it that close. It was right there, but I wasn't.
I don't see how that thing would look cool. It looks like a crazy dated Toyota. How's that going to look cool? That's terrible.
Literally, what I thought when I saw it was, okay, what pretentious a-hole thinks he gets to park right next to the fence? That was exactly what I thought. I didn't even think about it resembling the old Tamiya.
Yeah, who would put this on the back? The Bruisers look terrible. They're cool because they're vintage, like the RCs are cool because they look, but it's a terrible styling all the way around. And now you just have a big version of a halfway decent, cool truck that looks
it was a clean truck. It just wasn't my taste, so I didn't really go over and drool over it or anything.
18 man though. Some cool.
HPI had their Camaro
just
out
up
there.
The street from me. This guy's got a nice big workshop in the back. Anyway, he had like a mini car show in his front yard 2 weeks ago, and there was an A-Team van, the Starsky and Hutch car, full. You guys have probably seen it around Kansas City. A full replica DeLorean from Back to the Future. Have you seen that around?
Uh-huh. Probably.
Yeah.
The flex capacity.
Yeah, no, a full deal, a whole thing, and let's see, the Ghostbusters hearse.
The coolest thing around the city is the full-size family truckster.
Have not seen
Vacation.
That's
had honky lips down the side of it. The luggage was on the roof.
Why? There must be like a movie car enthusiast club or something,
Yeah,
and they all had a
and
meet
they
at
were
this
meeting
dude's
at his
house.
So it was,
They all get tickets from the Parkville police.
yeah, no, they nobody got pulled over in my driveway. I had just got my Curry axles, and since I was being such a pain to Vanquish and would not accept anything but the new like gunmetal gray color, it took like a week or so longer for me to get mine than Aaron. So Aaron had already had his, so he had gone out and bought the snap ring pliers you needed for the rear axles. So I decided that I would just go to Aaron's house to have mine assembled. So I took my JK up there with all the parts, and when I got there, I realized that I forgot the special hub tool to take off the locked up RC
Acorn nut.
the wheel nuts, as well as the special tool to take off all the Acorn lug nuts that I put on. So Aaron's like, well, let's just go to your house. I'm like, all right. And he decided to drive. And I'm pretty sure I even specifically mentioned that my road is fairly heavily patrolled. And he got pulled over in my driveway and got a ticket for like 38 and a 25 or something. I don't remember what
It was dumb.
He probably really said, hurry up, let's fucking get this done.
Ain't nobody got time for this. So
I ain't got time for that. No, we were just talking and driving down the road. I wasn't even looking at the speed or anything, and Parkville police got me.
yeah.
I'm still waiting on that check from VP.
Yeah,
Cover that.
in the PO.
He called me today, but he didn't want anything except to know how I liked Clash of Clans.
What?
Apparently they're all playing Clash of Clans.
Oh my God. Well, that explains a lot.
I hope he was being
Interesting.
I started playing while I was on vacation just because I would be bored for hours at a time, but
Oh, I should not start something like that. I have a feeling I would get addicted. But yeah, so now that you showed before the show started your replacement for your livestock tormenting vehicle.
the what is it called? TBS Discovery is nearly complete.
So what it was? Did you just do a chassis upgrade or?
Yeah, it's just
an airframe.
Whatever.
Just an airframe and cosmetics. I got the Evovillain green arms for it, but definitely far superior chassis for FPV because you got a lot more real estate to mount stuff. Has an integrated CCD mount in the front. Really nice airframe.
There's one picture of it.
Oh, what?
That doesn't do it that much justice. It had the dual headlights in the front. The gas flap was in the front.
What are we talking about? Are you still talking about the Bruiser?
The family truckster in Kansas City.
Identical.
God, that I went and drove
those guys build those things and then they take them to like conventions and stuff. Like there's always the Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am and police cruiser or whatever at like every car show you go to.
Well, they got everything. They even got the 18-wheeler version of that.
The
Smokey and the Bandit 18-wheeler.
Yep. I did go test drive new cars today.
So the Jeep has one little problem. You're off shopping for vehicles.
You know,
he lost that valve cap, and he couldn't find the one that matched the other three.
So I had to take my Jeep in for the powertrain warranty inspection crap that it has, and it's got 2 things that are under warranty that'll get fixed, then 1 that's not. So, you know, I'm actually taking it to Fat Jesus tomorrow to fix the one that's not, and then I'll take it. I'll take it to the dealership for the other ones. But while I was there, I went ahead and test drove a couple of new cars. I test drove a new Wrangler, new JK, just because it seems like a good idea to just buy another one of the thing that I have.
Get one in monster green with neon green methods on it.
Yeah. You know what? I would buy that new Wrangler today if they still made the orange. But
To make it
Is
land.
that the same as orange?
they had the Crush one, whatever it was. It was a nice orange. If they had it,
China or the orange.
if they,
I have a buddy who has the 2-door version of it.
yep, I would have. I probably would have owned it today if that was the case.
I'm a fan of the green one.
That green is green. I mean, it makes stuff bright during the day inside. It's that's pretty potent. The other thing I drove today was one of the bright blue BRZs.
You drove a BRZ?
Yeah, it was used. It had 1,200 miles on it.
Wow, that's barely used. It's not even
Yeah.
broke in.
It was a guy who had a Wrangler and traded it in on that, and then in 1,200 miles brought it back and traded it in on another Wrangler. So not looking like a fantastic decision on my end if I wanted to go that way, but they do have an orange. So
How was the BRZ?
you know, it was surprisingly roomy inside.
Really?
I
Is
was
it slow?
It's not slow.
Not fast though either.
No, I mean it doesn't. I mean, you can. The worst thing was it was like 5 o'clock down on Metcalf,
Well,
and so I was on back streets with a salesman next to me, so I could only do so much. I could only get it so hard up to 35, and
You're just a pussy.
you should have took it behind Hobby Heaven and did some donuts with it.
yeah, with those Prius tires on it. Probably would have done donuts fairly well then, but.
Anyway, trying to get back on track. Anything else going on RC related?
Sold the Scout, trying to get everything finished up so that I can start new projects.
Just never.
Yes, Howard yelled at me. He told me I couldn't start any new projects until I finished everything that I had here. But not everything, but a few things. So, and my new project is sitting in a box over here that I can't touch yet. Can't start. I mean, I can start it a little.
No. I'll burn it to the ground.
He'll do that on his own.
Yeah. Just let me finish it.
I'll just add the wick. How's that?
Yeah. Yeah. Just,
So, other thing notable about RCX, Axial was not there.
yeah. What's that?
I said, the other thing notable about RCX is Axial was not there. It's literally,
Yeah. It's
right in their backyard, and they weren't there. I was like, what the hell? Maybe they don't like them either. I don't know.
yeah. Or like you're saying, the prices. They could have just been out of hand. So.
I just wouldn't think funding would be a problem on Axial's.
No, they definitely got in bed with someone with deeper pockets. So.
Exactly.
But it may not mean that they got that they're fine with them just. Maybe Hobbyco doesn't want to give them a bunch of money. So. It's.
Anyway, yeah, I was kind of bummed that they weren't there, but
Yeah, I agree.
We had an open house at their place that same weekend.
They did? Oh.
I was just trying to make Aaron feel bad.
they wouldn't let me come over anyway.
I'll just drive over
Because
there.
you modified your
They
truck.
don't like me.
Well,
They said first thing they said was they didn't like me because I hang out with Josh.
that was one guy. That was Brandon. You can't listen to what Brandon said about me.
Burning his baby to the ground.
My bad. So, yeah,
My bad.
they, is the some of the new, I don't know when the new Axial stuff finally hits the streets, but I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I heard some rumors about some stuff that they got coming, so I'm excited about one thing anyway.
Yeah. We'll see. It's got a little ways.
I stopped by the Kyosho booth while I was there.
Oh, really?
Yep, they had the. Well, first of all, they had a huge selection of Mini Zs. I really wanted to see the Mini Z buggies. They didn't have one.
Really?
Because they were awful.
They had every sedan you could think of.
But they didn't have the little 8th scale looking buggies.
Nope.
Huh. Those were the cool ones.
Yeah, that was a bummer. But they did have the. They had 2 of the new Kyosho Scorpion.
Is that the old school looking one?
Yeah, it's their Tamiya-esque re-release.
Right.
So like two reps were there from Japan, and I go up to them and I was playing them, I'm warming them up. I'm like, hey, I'm a big vintage collector and da da da, and here's pictures of this Ultima I just did, and I have a Javelin, and telling them about all this stuff. I'm like, I'm a big collector. I said, but what's missing from my collection?
And then did they say, hello?
The Kyosho Optima. I said, are you going to make the Kyosho Optima? And there were 2 guys standing there, and the guy on the left goes like this, and he starts to talk, and the guy on the right goes. I was like, enough said. That's all I wanted to know.
Nice. Well,
nobody said anything, but I got the gist that it would be coming. So.
The Optima, was that the chain drive one?
Yeah, they were chain drive.
What?
They were chain drive.
Ah, I knew something vintage.
Yeah, only because Josh took it apart to make himself a shiny bracelet.
It does look like a cheap Italian necklace or something.
He wore it until he started growing his hair, and it kept pulling it. Mom, it's keep pulling my hair.
I came out of the womb with chest hair.
But anyway, looking over the Scorpion, that thing, I don't know if the production version is going to be this way, but it's fully CNC. Like, the front arms, everything is CNC aluminum.
Really?
Yeah, the wheels. I can't imagine what that thing has got to cost.
Yeah, I mean...
They did give me a coupon for 5% off if I pre-ordered.
5%?
Yes.
Who the hell gives out 5%?
You know who gives out 5%?
The Japanese, that's who.
And RC 4-wheel drive for Black Friday. 5% off anything. 5%.
5%.
I'd like to order this, but could you take that 5% coupon and ram it in your pee hole? I mean, that's an insult.
5%.
Yeah, he handed it to me. He was like, 5%.
Can I have like 5 more of these?
It's like I was swaying over here, but man, that sells me. I'm done.
Yeah, I mean,
it'd almost be better if they did like 2.5%. Then it'd just be kind of funny.
Yeah.
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 But anyway, yeah, that was interesting.
Well, I'm glad you survived your trip, and well, I'm glad. I guess I don't know. Did the rest of the family survive, or did you make it back solo?
Yep, everybody did pretty well. I was amazed at how my daughter did on the road. I mean, we drove for 8-10 hours a day, and mostly thanks, I think, to the Apple iPad.
There you go.
I was ready to rip that thing out and throw it out the window by the time we got there, but
you were sick of hearing the dings and whistles?
She played like the same game for like hours. I was just like, I'm done with this stupid thing.
Where's the big hole in the ground?
That's in Arizona.
Was it?
Meteor Crater.
Oh my God. Howard told me yesterday, I think it was. Well, yesterday and the day before.
Something like that.
He goes, yeah, Aaron's somewhere in Kansas at this big crater.
Something.
I don't know how did you mistake Arizona for
I think when
somewhere in Kansas.
Hey, shut your face. I think when you posted the picture, you were in Parsons, Kansas, or something.
It was good. It was a good one, and it was because I was almost home. I didn't post any pictures till I was almost home.
There's how it was, fuckhead.
No, that definitely looks like Kansas.
Yeah, because the meteorites only fall in certain spots.
Yeah, no, but the red rock surrounding it probably. And look,
It was a mile-wide crater.
no, that's in Kansas, pretty sure. Right off 70. There's that rest stop right there.
That's the I-70 Speedway.
The giant ball of twine.
That's what made it. The twine fell, made the hole, and they rolled the twine out.
So yeah, interesting science fact for the day. The object that made that crater was 140 feet wide.
About as big as Josh's anus.
Struck the ground at like 45,000 miles per hour or something stupid. And
That would kill the dinosaurs.
I don't know.
Ugh.
It was like 6 miles off the highway, and I was ready to take a break. So we.
Here's an interesting
check it
fact.
out.
An interesting fact that Doug might even appreciate. I found out that White Castle was originated in Wichita, Kansas.
You Wikipedia White Castle when you can't have it.
Well, it got brought up at work the other day. Somebody asked where the first White Castle was.
Here's an interesting fact. Hardee's and Carl's Jr. is supposed to be the same restaurant. Way better in California than it is here.
What? How is that possible?
They probably get paid $15 an hour out
Yeah.
there.
That's probably true.
Not jerking off in your secret sauce.
What's weird out there is the fast food and stuff's like way cheaper too. I don't
What?
get it. Yeah.
Weird.
Any fast food joint you go to out there, it's cheaper than it is here.
Probably because everyone's eating healthy. We're just the
That's
opposite.
probably true. You're probably right. Everybody out there is more health conscious. We gotta suck people back in.
Yeah.
They see Aaron coming in, it's like, payday!
So we can put away some hamburgers.
You ain't from around here, are you?
Yeah, we did In-N-Out, we did Del Taco, we did Carl's Jr., we did Baker's,
Medieval
all the stuff we don't have here. We did do Medieval Times.
You did?
Oh yeah.
Some people follow other people's posts.
I don't get on Facebook
You
then.
have to do, if you're ever near one, you have to do Medieval Times. It's so awesome.
The only thing I ever think about Medieval Times is Cable Guy.
Yep.
My only barometer for Medieval Times.
That was in Chicago.
Aaron's picture was him sitting there with like a
Picture.
skirt type thing with
Picture.
a turkey leg, no shirt on.
Picture. I had a picture of Pepsi.
Would you like a soda?
Yeah, that was cool. My daughter was like, she was the belle of the ball. She got all the attention from the knights. They were throwing her the flowers, and they brought her the, the sashes, and she was just. I got pictures of her waiting in line to get her pictures taken with the knights, and she was just. I felt like I was the father of like a 16-year-old. It was just like, it's way too early to be doing this kind of stuff.
Have I been replaced by knights at Medieval Times?
Yeah.
She had quite a few pictures with different knights on them.
If anything educational comes out of this for Howard, he's gonna learn to enunciate certain words. Lose his Missouri accent.
You. We'll see.
How was your trip to Canada, Howard? Tell me about that.
Oh yeah,
It's great.
He didn't get a smart car. I was disappointed. I
know.
texted him immediately. Do you have a smart car?
Did you have fries and gravy?
We had fries and mayonnaise. Mayonnaise.
I do that here.
Little foreign guy that was kind of funny, French guy or whatever that was saying. I guess that's what they normally speak up there. So.
Interesting.
Parts of Canada, yeah.
What about poutine or poutine or what the fuck the hell is it called?
Poontang. What?
What's it called?
I-
Whatever.
What are
do
you
you-
talking about?
Aaron, you got anything? Poutine?
Yeah, isn't that what it's called?
What the? What
I have no idea what he's talking
I
about.
don't know. I'm sure there's somebody from
you eat protein?
No,
Poutine?
I don't know what it is, but I swear to God, it's something like that in Canada that people eat. I don't know.
No. think you're wrong. I
I
didn't ever
think
saw
it's
them.
relative. I was watching Super Troopers, and I think they mentioned it in there, but I can't remember what it was.
See?
I don't know. I did lock down about 4 more months worth of calendar pictures while I was up there.
Yeah.
We gotta put those up on the website. I'm sure
Yep.
Don't.
people are itching to see that.
We will. There will be a calendar.
I will. And I already had some interest in pre-orders.
We really do got to do an RC car calendar.
Yes. Done.
I'm going to sell at least 3 to 5.
You give one away free with a battery plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
If
go.
we can come up with sell enough of them, we can pay for hosting for the year. All right.
So nothing interesting in Canada, huh?
Oh, it was a good time. I don't know. There was
I swear to God, it's like poutine or something.
poutine. Look that up. Pookie.
Google it.
Poutine. No, there was a lot of cool stuff to look at up there. I don't know if I'd want to live up there, but we were kind of staying in the downtown area and basically walk everywhere to go to. And all their roads are downtown are all named east and west, north and south. So trying to find your way around kind of sucked. Their signage is a little different, but no, it was a good time. Got to eat all kinds of strange things that I normally wouldn't.
You eat anything.
No, not really.
Poutine.
Poutine.
Yes.
It's sausage. Is that what it is? What
It is. Let's see. Common Canadian dish originally from Quebec, made from French fries topped with light brown gravy, like sauce and
That's it.
cheese curds on top.
Okay.
That's
Cheese That sounds. Oh my. That sounds like a heart attack.
We were towards Vancouver. I don't think they eat poutine over there.
I'm pretty sure Quebec and Vancouver.
I did not see that on the Urban Fare menu. At the
Did you partake of any crack cocaine while you were there? That's legal, right?
Crack's legal?
I was looking for the mayor. I think it's the mayor that made it
Like
legal.
the mayor of Toronto is like a crackhead or something.
Yes. Was it Joe? Is that Joe Ford? No. Castle. What's his name up there?
I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Yeah, sorry, Joe.
Joe Ford, you crackhead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Joe Ford's a crackhead.
Now you're gonna look up the mayor.
Yeah.
Mayor of Canada's looking.
Sorry.
No, while I was up there, I started another build. I ordered that Subaru Brat body, and then I managed to locate all the parts to put together a little Suzuki Samurai.
Rob Ford.
Rob Ford.
Rob Ford.
He's the crackhead, not Joe.
Sorry, Joe.
So yeah, Howard and I have unofficially officially started our Class 1 builds for Scale Nats in 2015. So
Not for Axial Fest 2014.
If that was the case, we will still wait to start them 2 weeks before the event.
So no, I'm going to do a lightweight build of a scalar. So that's the idea.
I don't believe you. Lightweight.
It's gonna weigh 12 pounds.
I hope to be in the 4s somewhere.
If you look at this mega truck up here, that's probably gonna weigh less than his ultra lightweight.
Is that the mega truck that's for sale?
That
It
is the
is.
mega truck for sale.
Are you also selling your mega truck, Josh?
No. My mega truck will stay in my possession.
Are you done mega trucking, Howard?
No, I might build something different. Who knows? Did Josh tell you the name of his new lightweight Class 1?
No.
He is building the Unitard.
Wow.
Oh,
Why don't I just call it the singlet?
I like that better.
The whole deal is he's going to be driving it with a singlet on while he's driving the Unitard.
Singlet sounds manlier.
That's kind of a disturbing thought. Let's move on.
Okay, I'm good with that. So, Aaron, you haven't started a new project in a while.
Nope.
It doesn't count.
We have no
Just a quadcopter.
gift cards also don't count.
Vintage doesn't count.
Yeah.
That does count.
No, it has to be something It matters.
crawls on the
Something
rock.
that I care about. That's all that matters.
It's got to be orange and it's got to climb on rocks.
I don't have any of that.
And it's got to be with a Futaba radio and
No,
receiver.
no, that's important, but it's the option. Did we talk about the new Futaba 4PX? No.
I'm still waiting for my Futaba sponsorship to kick in. So
Yeah, about that. Not looking good. The new 4PX that they did allow the details to be released, and that thing's going to be cool. It's going to work with the FAST and the FHSS.
Holy shit,
So-
it's going to work with 2 different kinds of receivers? Is that true?
Yes,
That is amazing.
more than 2.
Because, like, Spectrum, they've got this deal where
DSM
it'll
1,
work
DSM 2.
with everything. $10 orange receivers with the Futaba, all those.
So with the Futaba receivers, really?
It'll even
Really?
work with Futaba. That's how good it is.
Jack.
And your shit, you got to have, that one was made in September, so it won't work with that radio. Because that one, the wire's a 1/4 inch long, so it won't work with it. Junk.
No, not the case. There's just simply different technologies.
Yeah.
However, the 4PX will work with all of them, which is very nice. There's something called a body button on it, which is it's on the back heel of the radio, like along the very bottom there. You're supposed to be able to, it's designed, they say, to be able to push it against yourself to activate this button.
what?
Yeah. Can we just get that as like an animated GIF? Can we have an? How
I'm
do
just pretending like this, your head turning, looking back at him, and him doing that as an.
Don't make me leave the room.
Legit. Have you started watching Legit on Netflix yet, Aaron?
No.
Okay,
You need
that.
to. Wait till Allie goes to bed.
Okay, so does Futaba guys? They can't take any one of their fingers off the wheel to hit a button. So now they got.
There's so many options that
Yeah.
now they have added body interaction.
Well, they do that because it works with all of them.
I was thinking I thought you were going like they had like a dead man switch or something. Like, have you ever like touched the radio or picked up the radio and like accidentally hit the throttle or whatever?
Yes.
I think the radio needs like a dead man switch on the back of the handle so that while you're holding it, it's compressed, but as soon as you're not holding it,
like a trigger on Springfield.
yeah, it shuts off everything else.
Right.
About half the people at the G6s need that, so that they're not running into the back of everybody's ankles. They're waiting to take off. When we were out in St. Louis, trucks like humping mine, rolling over the top of it, backing into stuff. So I'm just going over there, flip his truck over. Another one starts doing it. I flip it over. Like, get your goddamn hands off the button.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think a spring, like an XD style switch on the back of the pistol grip would work pretty well.
I just sold $1 million idea, damn it, for nothing.
Somebody already did it. It's probably going to come out on a Fly Sky next.
Maybe I'll get a Fly Sky sponsorship. I'll get the GTB3 TBX2.
KY49. So Futaba finally is going to make a radio that works with more than one receiver.
They did work with one. They worked the 4PL worked with the FHSS and the FHSSS.
And if you have ADHD, then you're really fucked, and you can't remember the
The
letter.
4PK worked with the C1 and C2, just like the Spectrum works with DSM1, DSM2. But the new ones, the old ones didn't work with DSM2, so it's the same goddamn thing.
So you're telling me the last radio that came out from Futaba worked with all the other receivers from Futaba?
No.
Ah! Okay. So the last radio that came out from Spectrum works with all the past receivers. They weren't making fucking futuristic deals when the radio came out. We're going to put this radio out and it's going to work with receivers that are going to come out in 5 years. Jesus Christ. Aaron, help me out.
At least the new radio works with the old receivers. That's the thing that I appreciate.
Exactly.
So all my old ancient SR3000s that I have still work.
And they work well. And they're cheaper.
I do have the 4PL, and I do like it.
It's a superior radio.
Well, the spring didn't break in the wheel. I'll give it that.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a bad batch of springs.
Bad batch of springs.
It was
At least they didn't have a bad batch of designers.
Oh crap! These were made from Coke cans, not Pepsi cans. Shit. Yeah.
They're made out of spring steel, you dipshit.
Yeah, exactly. They should have used spring steel instead.
That did piss me off because that radio feels. I mean, it's a good quality radio. It feels really good. It's good and solid, but then, like mine broke, and then John turned around and broke like the very next day.
It was a different
Then-
one. It was more
Then
the bad.
Jay's broke, so I'm like,
Jeff Harbison's his broke as well.
But you did have a Howler Custom RC sponsorship backup radio.
that's true, I did.
It had the
Trying to
it had
drive
the
a drift car with no return spring
It
on
had
your
the
radio
fake
is
flower
tricky.
on the antenna wrapped in there.
Yeah, the loaner.
Also, I know I was like, I can drive this thing without a return spring. Shit. I was all over the damn place.
Yeah, and that doesn't work out so well. It's kind of fun to try, not great practicality.
No, not at all.
Yes. All right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I gotta hit the sack.
New project.
tomorrow.
Yeah, we do need to find Aaron a new project. How about a mega truck?
No.
Straight axle monster truck.
I got a video to work on for VP, which reminds me I need well, I'll talk to you about it offline. I need to borrow something from you for the video.
Okay.
That's my next project now that vacation's over.
Catching up on videos.
Yep. Apparently I haven't done anything for YouTube in a while because I posted that video from RCX and people were like, "Oh, hey, long time no see."
I got one for you. Would you like to do an assembly video on some OMFs with pit bulls and crawler innovation foams?
Nope.
I thought I'd try.
Yeah, it's no, you'll have fun with all those little screws. Get your Loctite.
All right, well, let's wrap it up.
All right.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in 2 weeks, hopefully.
Sounds like a plan.
And I don't know what we'll talk about. We'll talk about it then. Hopefully we get Doug on to square up on this
Yes.
bet because I'm looking forward to this quite a bit.
Are you going to make them wear something special?
Ooh, that's a good idea. That wasn't the deal, though.
Get a T-shirt made.
The deal was that he had to print it in Big Squid.
Ooh, ouch.
That was the deal.
I think he should have to wear one of those squid hats that they get at Worlds of Fun.
Squid
Wow,
hats?
he talks about it. You ever seen those?
No, I've never been to World of Fun.
You were deprived, weren't you?
No, I didn't live in Kansas City.
How long have you been here now?
8 years.
Okay.
What am I gonna go ride the ride?
You go hold hands, walk around the park.
All right, Aaron. 2 weeks.
2 weeks, guys.
All right, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time.
See you guys.
Bye.